Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Invaders of the Rokujouma Volume 7. This is where the anime ends, so I think obviously most people know the series from the anime. The anime ends about halfway through this volume, and it gives like a brief glimpse at what happens in the second half. Um, and then this is also sort of where the main plot of the whole series going forward kicks off. These last 7 volumes, even Takahaya, the author, says in one of the afterwords coming up that these last 7 volumes have just sort of been like a prologue, sort of slowly building up the characters and their relationships to the point where we actually sort of really care about the stuff that happens going forward. And so in this volume, we got Christmas. This is, how long has it been? 8 months? 9 months since the start of the series? So all the characters have been together for a while. We got Christmas coming up, and we're also preparing for the next play. The play from Volume 4 was just sort of the first half of the Blue Knight and the Silver Princess's story. And then so at the beginning of the year, they're going to be doing a second play, sort of wrapping it up, right? 2 parts. And so the first half really is about sort of Christmassy stuff. We get at the end of last volume, it ended with Kotaro working, trying to sell Christmas cakes, and this volume sort of opens up with him heading off to that job and doing that job, and we sort of pick up where the last volume ended with him and Harumi meeting and sort of messing around there. And also, we've got a returning villain in this volume, and this is the first time that's happened so far. Clan from Volume 4 with the first play. She returns here, and we see sort of what she's been up to, how she sort of tricked Thea and the rest into believing she left, but had actually been here on Earth, plotting. And about Clan, real quick, I wanted to bring this up in Volume 4, and this happens sort of a few times in the series. In Volume 4, she's described as having blue hair, but from now on, anytime we see a colored illustration of her, and she's on the cover of the next volume, she has pink hair now. This isn't the first time this happened. This happened with Sanae as well. In the cover of Volume 1, she had like purple hair, and then she has orange hair from now on. But just sort of little changes, and it makes me sort of wonder why exactly that happened. Was it the writer realizing that he had already done a character with blue hair and said, "Ooh, maybe I should do a different color," or was it an editor? I don't know, but it's interesting. Anyway, so the first half of the play the first half of the book has to do with Christmas, and the second half has to do with the play. We got a little party, Christmas party, sort of before, where Kotaro and all the girls, they sort of promise that they'll make this play like a huge success. And then we see a bit of sort of practicing for the play, and then we eventually get to the play. And all throughout that, we've got Clan in the background sort of trying to attack Kotaro because she now has a grudge against him as well. She's not just here to, kill Thea. She's here to kill Kotaro as well for what he did to her in the Volume 4. And so throughout this, we see more of sort of Harumi's powers, right? For a long time, we've sort of gotten hints of it. It started in Volume 2 when she collapsed, and we see sort of the white magic sort of appear that Eureka has no idea what it is, and help her. And then in Volume 4, we get, I don't remember how exactly it goes, but it's when Maki and Eureka are fighting at the construction site. We see sort of Harumi act strangely and sort of summon a sword made out of white magic for Kotaro to use, which I somehow forgot to bring up at all during Volume 4 when I made a video. And now in this, we see that again, and I think we might have got some actually sometime in the last few volumes, they keep bringing up a crest on her head that appears every once in a while in the shape of a sword, and that happened a few times in this volume. It happened somewhere in the middle where Clan was about to attack Kotaro. She was sort of waiting around for him to be separated from Thea and some of the other girls that can actually fight, and was shocked when Harumi just sort of found her immediately and was about to cast some sort of spell using an ancient language from Forthorth, the planet that Thea and Clan and Ruth are from. And so that sort of shocked her. And then at the end, and I'm going to talk about the ending a lot because I love the ending to this volume. At the end, we see sort of the crest appears again at the very end. And she sort of, I forget what she says exactly, but it's like, so this is, oh, how did it go? Something about like, everything up to now has happened as I was told. Stay safe, Kotaro. And so now we're gonna go back a little bit because that was like right towards the end. We've got Kotaro and Clan finally fighting, and it's a much tougher fight than before, sort of for both of them. Kotaro has gotten much stronger since then, and Clan has sort of devised a pretty good plan on how to attack him. She's got some anti-gravity stuff going on, so she's sort of flying. She's created a new weapon that's sort of smaller, so it's not as powerful, but it's also easier to maneuver. And then we get a, I don't want to say a good fight. I don't like the fights in this series. They're fine. I think they just go a little bit too long. But this is a pretty alright fight for me. We get Kotaro does most of the fighting, but we got Sanae helping her with her sort of spiritual powers. I think it was volume 4 again where we learned that she is always hanging on to Kotaro and sort of is able to feel his not emotions, I'm not talking about emotions, his senses. Like when they eat, she hangs off his neck and then she can taste what he's eating. And in volume 4 we learned that she can sort of, like, that's a two-way thing. She can give him access to her spiritual powers. And so we get that in volume, 6, last volume. Kiriha had the glove that could produce, like, fire and electricity. And in this volume, Kotaro's glove of Thea's armor that she has him wearing got blown off, and Kiriha gives him that glove as a replacement. And we also have Ruth sort of in the background doing calculations, I suppose. And Eureka hidden off in the back doing magic. And so we really see for the first time, like, everyone really fighting together, because I guess that's not completely true. No, that's completely true, because up until this point they were always going at, like, Sanae, they all fought together, except for Sanae, she was captured. In volume 4, it was basically just Kotaro versus Clan. Volume 5, and I got volume 4 and 5 mixed up earlier. Whoops. Anyway, volume 5 is the Eureka one, and then volume 4 is the first play. Volume 5, it's basically just Kotaro, Eureka, and Harumi until the very end when everyone else shows up. And then, similar to volume 5 and volume 6, where most of the people just don't really do much except for Kotaro and Kiriha. So this time we really see most everyone. I guess not even this time we see them all fight together. But we see sort of how their abilities from each sort of place work together, right? Sanae's ghost powers, Kiriha's little haniwas, and then Ruth doing the Forthorth stuff, like the science stuff. And this is the first time we've really seen that work so well together. But even when all is said and done, it's kind of a defeat. So basically, Clan has developed a missile, and that when it explodes, anything caught in the explosion gets tossed out of the universe, possibly into just like space, right? And Kotaro has to stop this. He flies up to her little ship she has, cuts the missile, sending her, Kotaro, and the ship somewhere, and we don't know. And we see sort of all the girls sort of realizing he's gone, trying to find him, but also sort of accepting that, yeah, he might be dead. And that's a good cliffhanger, right? You don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going on. Normally, that it would end there. But I really love about this ending is that we go past that. Kotaro's gone, missing. The girls are all sort of freaking out, and then he's back, with Clan sort of in their ship, in her ship, and the relationship has completely changed. Obviously, something has happened, and we don't know what that is right away. And that's what the next volume is going to be about. But I really love that. Just, you have a perfect cliffhanger, and instead of just ending it there, going to the next volume, and then doing this or that, we just keep going. We just finish it off. It's like, yeah, he disappeared. Everyone knows he's coming back because it's, it's obviously not going to end with the main character dying. So let's just bring him back this volume and sort of kind of tie sort of that up a little bit. We still don't know what happened to him exactly, and we'll figure that out soon. And also when he sort of gets blown away is when Harumi's sort of, when she says that, where it's like, everything's happened as you said, or as was told, or whatever. Stay safe. And so next volume is about Kotaro and Clan and what happened to them. I really love this volume coming up. I really love these next few volumes, really. And I'm excited to make videos on them. So anyway, this is going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.